Today, I'm in Denver. Anytime I come to Denver, it's usually in passing. I'm never here more than a day, which is very unfortunate because Denver is without a doubt the most beautiful city in the entire lower 48 states. I mean, it has the Rockies as its backdrop. The real estate, that's just a bonus. I'm here to check out 3 different neighborhoods in Denver that I've been monitoring for a while, and I also want to check out this little city in Wyoming. More on that later. I'm going to be checking out Arvada, Lakewood in northwest Denver, which is why I'm currently in downtown. The reason why I'm not checking out downtown Denver real estate is because it's mostly condos and co-ops, and it's not the type of real estate that I'm personally looking for. I like to check out the real estate that is as close to downtown as humanly possible to any major city. In this case, I mean, Denver happens to be one of the best downtown cities in the US. I mean, you have to experience it for yourself. You can literally be in a coffee shop and kayaking in the middle of downtown pretty much at the same time. And 2, downtown almost any city is where the majority of people would tend to lease, because that's where all the major events are going. I mean, general rule of thumb, the closer you are to downtown, the more susceptible people are to leasing. Suburbanites, is that a real word? People that live in the suburbs tend to own their homes rather than rent them. Now, this isn't to say that homes in the suburbs are a bad real estate investment. In fact, 2 out of the 3 cities that I'm checking out here in Denver are in the suburbs. But I like checking out the different varieties of real estate everywhere I go. Now, what I've been noticing about the northwest side of Denver is that there are a lot of homes that are completely refurbished and move-in ready, and then there are a lot of homes that have not been updated and are not on the market. And those are the houses that I'm personally into. Now, I always like to remind you, the viewers, that these are people's private residences. I mean, walking around with a huge camera seems like a pretty big invasion of privacy, so I don't really like to point the camera too much at private residences. However, I have taken down a couple of addresses that I am interested. I want to run a couple numbers, see if they work for me, and if they do, try to contact the owner and see if they will want to sell the property to me. But very quickly, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been trying to sit in this awkward position so that you can see downtown Denver. Let me see if I can. There we go. Zoom into my ugly mug. Look at that. Chaffee Park actually has a lot of properties that have great downtown views, which are kind of the houses that I'm especially interested in. But I still have to run the numbers. Now, off to Lakewood and Arvada. Let's go. Alright, so I came to Lakewood, and right off the bat, completely different feel from northwest Denver. I mean, as it should be. It's a suburb. The property sizes here are going to be much larger. Homes are going to be that much larger as well. And I was actually surprised. I thought there'd be more development, a lot more refurbished homes here, and there are, but not to the level that I thought there would be. Lakewood is clearly a charming city. There's a lot going on, and it's great for people that want to live in their homes. However, for me as an investor, I like Lakewood. I just don't love it. So I guess I'm off to Arvada. How do I pronounce that? All right, Arvada has already won me over because they have a Costco and they have Costco gas, which is cheap. And if it's cheap, I like it. Now, while there is no direct correlation, obviously, between Costco and real estate, I do like to take into account Costco or Sam's Club because you need a membership to be a part of these stores, which means that more affluent people come to this area. And that is very true with Arvada, or Arvada, however you pronounce it. By the way, did you see those gas prices? California. Are you jealous? I can say that, I'm Californian. Price ranges prices here varies between $450,000 for a fixer-upper all the way up to $1.2 million, which it's a little out of my comfort zone in terms of price. However, I wanted to check this area out because of the new construction that's going on. Everything from apartments to single-family homes. I want to see where Denver is going, both geographically and market-wise. And so far, I love what I see. There's a nice mix of homes that do need to be completely refurbished, all the way up to the farms that you're pretty much seeing. I mean, this is an equestrian farm right behind me. So overall, is this going to be my next real estate investment? No. I do like it. It is my next goal. It is my next level once I establish myself a little bit more. Absolutely. However, my main reason for coming to Denver was actually for Wyoming, which is going to be the next city that we're going to be driving to. So let's go, because it takes an hour and a half to get there. So I came here to Cheyenne, Wyoming, which this is a little bit more of a speculation for me, because on paper, some of these numbers really don't make sense. However, my Alex Beltran secret sauce makes this a wonderful place to invest in real estate. And the next step after running these numbers and applying my arbitrary Alex Beltran secret sauce list is to come here and actually pound the pavement and check this city out for myself, rather than in front of a computer screen, because I'm really, really liking it. I don't love it 100% just yet. There's still a lot of due diligence that I have to do, because, I mean, at the end of the day, Cheyenne, it's not gonna have that sort of GameStop explosion in growth, development, and population. This is seeming more like a steady long-term hold. I mean, I guess if you are a stock market investor, this is seeming like a store of wealth rather than an investment. Did that come off pretty official? And now that I've checked out Cheyenne in person and feel very, very confident about this city, I need to go back, take a deeper dive into what's for sale, do a lot more due diligence, because I really got to see what it's going to take for me to purchase real estate in this particular city. So TBD. TBD. You know that statement that I made earlier today about only going to Denver in passing? It's gonna hold true once again, because between the city life and the Rockies, I prefer the Rockies. So instead, I'm gonna take a 4-hour drive from Cheyenne to Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Wish me luck. I had to get out of the car to quickly stretch real quick. This is actually my favorite rest stop ever here in Silverthorne, because of that view. I love Colorado. I'm telling you, it's the most gorgeous state in the lower 48. I've taken a photo of this scenery in every single season: winter, spring, summer, you name it. I'm here usually snapping some type of photo, because this is always where I stop, even when I'm doing cross-country trips between Omaha and Los Angeles. All right, enough stretching, time to hit the road. Just made it to Glenwood Springs, gonna unpack, go to the hot water springs, and then see where the night takes me. Last night, I just ended up falling asleep. It was amazing, but I can't come to Colorado with this amazing view and not take a hike. So, let's go. All right, well, like the good Californian that I am, I didn't check the weather report. It's already starting to rain, and apparently it's gonna rain even harder. Even though it is gonna rain, check out how beautiful this is. The beauty of me traveling is that there's always going to be real estate examples one way or another. Here in Aspen and Glenwood Springs, you have things like ranches, which admittedly ranches are a type of real estate that I'm not too fluent in. And that's mostly because I work in the city. I know the bare basics, but it's something that I do want to take a deep dive into. So I'm not going to talk too much about ranches in this particular video. The next class of real estate examples in this area are the vacation rentals. In this particular case, it's the exact opposite price ranges of Cancun. I will go ahead and link the Cancun video above if you haven't seen that yet, because here you have the luxury market that seems to be intertwined and symbiotically connected with the vacation rental market. It's no secret that here in Aspen, you can buy yourself a property as cheap as $20 million. Hey, what's up? So I had technical difficulties. One of my SD cards ended up corrupting, so the last little bit of the vlog ended up not making it onto my computer because the SD card got corrupted. Anyway, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just me hiking up to Maroon Lake, beautiful lake, out there in Aspen, and I just pretty much gave a conclusion. I figured, let me just do the conclusion here. All right, so just to keep going on the whole Aspen market thing, I mean, vacation rentals, they have their seasons, and depending on location, it may be hard to lock down a long-term tenant. In Aspen, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those properties are actually vacant 6 to 8 months out of the year. I would be very interested in talking to someone that works the Aspen market vacation rentals. You know, I'm really curious about those numbers. I don't know anybody, but if you happen to know anybody, go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. I'd like to get in touch with them, because there's no doubt that that type of market is a very, very niche market. I mean, chances are, as a beginning real estate investor, there's no way this is going to be your first go at real estate investing. I mean, a lot of the people that purchase these properties have already made their money before they buy those luxury properties in places like Aspen. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when properties are not being used and they're vacant, they tend to deteriorate even quicker than if people are actually living in them. Especially out in the Aspen area, because it constantly snows, it rains. I mean, the weather pattern changes constantly. Even when I was there, when it started raining, about 30 minutes later, the skies opened up and it was nice and clear. It was amazing. But that type of shift in weather pattern really does deteriorate homes that much quicker. And I mean, the upside to luxury real estate is that, of course, they're beautiful properties. They're amazing architecture. They're an entire work of art. You can go from super modern properties to ranch style, well, ranches. Each one as unique and beautiful as the next. All right, so in conclusion, I really, really like Denver. There's still some more neighborhoods that I absolutely want to check out. I want to check out more of the southern part of Denver, where the Littleton, Highland Ranch, if I'm not mistaken, Centennial, because it's one of those places that I really, really want to invest in the near future. It even made it to the top 5 list of places to invest in the US for 2020. I'll go ahead and link that above. And oddly enough, Denver seems to be a very controversial real estate city. Out of all the cities that I've ever talked about, Denver is the one city that people tend to target and hate on the most. Why that is, I have no clue. It's an amazing real estate market. Is there going to be a market correction? I mean, naturally, that's how markets work. They're constantly fluctuating. But to say that Denver is this huge real estate bubble that's going to pop and anyone who's ever invested in real estate in Denver is going to be penniless, that's just not going to happen. I mean, at the end of the day, Denver and its surrounding areas are too diverse. If you want to put it into investment terms, Denver has a really balanced portfolio of its populations. I mean, there's blue-collar jobs, white-collar jobs. There are professional athletes that go there to train for the high-altitude training, tourism, military, events, headquarters to a lot of businesses. There's always a reason to be in Denver at any given time. Now, unfortunately for me, unless I turn into an overnight billionaire, I need more funds in order to safely invest into the Denver market. But it is absolutely a market that I intend to invest in within the next 5 years. I think that Cheyenne, Wyoming is actually the current place that I need to focus on right now for my situation. If only I were rich. As always, do your own due diligence, but my opinion is Denver is a great place to invest and a great place to live as well. Except for when it snows. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching this far. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. There are 10 more cities that I'm in the process of editing right now. Just bear with me. I am a one-man show after all. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.